Here are your African news highlights. South Africa. South African police make arrest over tavern deaths. Namibia. Namibian activists aim to stop drilling by Canadian oil exploration company. Djibouti. British Olympic champion Farah reveals he was trafficked to the UK as a child. Diaspora. Cuba slams US involvement on anniversary of anti-gov't protest. Mali. Mali authorities arrest 49 Ivorian soldiers. Kenya. History maker Okutoyi arrives home to heroin reception after Wimbledon win. Diaspora. US border agent used unnecessary force on Haitians. South African police say they have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the tavern shooting over the weekend that left a total of 19 people dead. 15 people were shot dead in a bar in Soweto and 4 others in another bar in Pietersburg, KwaZulu-Natal. But police do not think the incidents are related. The announcement of the arrest came as the Minister for Police, Becky Cele, on July 11th, received a report that of the mass shootings. In a statement, the police assured that the arrests of the 2 linked to the Petersburg shooting was a first step of bringing to book all those who orchestrated one of the country's bloodiest weekends. The police said that some of its response team has been deployed to Soweto to assist with policing in response to the needs of the community. It comes amid pressure for the authorities to find those responsible for the killings, with the police being blamed for not doing enough to protect its citizens. Namibian activists aim to stop oil drilling by Canadian oil exploration company. Community Forest and Conservation Organization from Namibia Kavango region are trying to get a court order to stop Canadian oil exploration company, Recon Africa, from further oil and gas exploration activities in the country. The case, which had been postponed, resumes in the High Court on July 15th this year. The applicants also want the court order that the Environment Commissioner in the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism may not allow Recon to drill new exploration wells in terms of an environmental clearance certificate granted to the company. The 4 applicants want those orders to be enforced while they pursue an appeal against the Commissioner's June 15, 2022 decision to approve an amendment of a 3-year environmental clearance certificate that was granted to Recon in August 2019. British Olympic champion Farah reveals he was trafficked to the UK as a child from his home country Djibouti. 4-time Olympic champion Farah has said he was illegally brought to the UK as a young boy and forced to care for other children before he escaped a life of servitude through running. In a new documentary, Farah says his real name is Hussein Abdi Kahin and that he was taken from the East African nation of Djibouti. The athlete said he was 8 or 9 years when a woman he didn't know brought him to Britain using fake travel documents that included his picture alongside the name Mohammed Farah. The woman took him to an apartment in West London where he was forced to care for her children, Farah said. He wasn't allowed to go to school until he was 12. Farah, who represented Britain at 3 Olympic Games, won gold medals in the 5,000 and 10,000 meter runs at both the 2012 London Olympics and the 2016 Games in Rio de Janeiro. Farah said he had feared he would be deported if he spoke about his childhood experiences. He decided to tell his story to publicize the challenge of human trafficking. Farah was granted UK citizenship in 2000 and was knighted by Queen Elizabeth in 2017. Cuba slams US involvement on anniversary of anti-government protest. Cuban foreign minister has accused the US of being involved in efforts to subvert law and order in the country after President Joe Biden's administration welcomed the courage of Cuban protesters who took to the streets last year in area anti-government demonstrations. In a statement on July 12, marking the 1-year anniversary of the Cuban protest, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Washington celebrates the Cuban people and commends their indomitable determination in the face of oppression. Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez shot back on Twitter saying Havana rejected Blinken's comments, confirming direct involvement of government of the country in an attempt to subvert order and peace in Cuba in violation to international law. Thousands of Cubans took to the streets in the capital Havana and other towns on July 11, 2021 in protest over rising food costs, medical shortages, and dire socio-economic conditions that worsened during the COVID-19 pandemic. In January, the Cuban authorities acknowledged that more than 700 people, including teenagers, faced criminal charges in relation to the protest, including acts of vandalism, which were attempted against authorities, persons, and properties, and severe disruption to public order. Mali authorities arrest 49 Ivory Coast soldiers. Mali authorities have arrested nearly 50 soldiers from the Ivory Coast who came to Mali to work for a contracting company of the United Nations missions in Mali. The government made the announcement on July 11th, calling the Ivorian soldiers mercenaries in a move that could raise tension between the two West African countries. 2 aircrafts arrived at Mali's international airport on June 10th, with the 49 soldiers carrying with them their weapons and ammunition of war, as well as other military equipment, according to Malian government spokesman Colonel Abdoulaye Maiga. Maiga added that they were illegally on the nation's territory of Mali, and the transitional government considers them mercenaries. Mali transitional government affirmed in June that it will not authorize the UN mission to investigate ongoing human rights violations in Mali, adding to further tensions as France also withdrew its forces. History maker Okutoyi arrives home to Heroin reception after Wimbledon win. Newly crowned Wimbledon girls doubles junior champion Angela Okutoyi landed at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on July 12th to a Heroin welcome, one that is usually synonymous with gold medal-laden athletes when they land back home. Traditional dancers, dignitaries, and ordinary Kenyans gathered around the arrival bay at the airport, eager to catch a glance at the latest history maker in town. Okutoyi became the first ever Kenyan to win a Grand Slam when she clinched the girls' doubles at Wimbledon alongside her Dutch partner Rosemary Nijkamp. The duo recorded a 3-6, 6-4, and 11-9 win over the Canadian duo of Kyla Cross and Victoria Mboko at Wimbledon. The youngster was elated over the win and described it as a huge milestone in her career of grass. U.S. border agents used unnecessary force on Haitians. Report. United States border agents used unnecessary force against Haitian migrants along the country's border with Mexico last year, a new federal report has found, after a dramatic scene at the Rio Grande River drew widespread condemnation and calls for accountability. In a 511-page report released on July 8th, U.S. and Border Protection blamed a lack of command, control, and communication for agents using their horses to forcefully block and move migrants back across the river last September near Del Rio, Texas. Video footage and photos of the September 19th incident appear to show U.S. agents whipping Haitians, which caused worldwide outrage. Footage captured at the time also showed mounted officers wearing cowboy hats, blocking the path of migrants, and one officer unfurling horse reins resembling a lariat, which he swung near a man's face as he carried a bag of food across the river to a makeshift camp in South Texas. The investigation also found that one agent on horseback grabbed a man and spun him around and acted in an unsafe manner by pursuing the individual he had yelled at along the river's edge, forcing his horse to narrowly escape, smashing a small child to death. The images triggered a strong worldwide backlash and calls for investigation. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, and share our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.